always go to the smoking room by mistake first. Okay, there's not a door out to the deck through here. The first class lounge is currently not open. Okay. Forgive me for getting turned around. At least in the early part of the game, they give you ample time to explore and kind of get your feel. Let's pass through the B-deck cabins here. To the aft grand staircase. A-deck promenade. Okay, one more. Okay, now we're in the fore grand staircase, because there's the famous, beautiful clock. Called Honor and Glory Over Time. Oh, there's another way to the gymnasium. Not want to be on the promenade, but that's okay. This is exactly where we need to be.
Good evening. Third Officer Morrow here. I am sorry, but this is the
Third
officer's
officer.
promenade. No passengers allowed.
It's pronounced promenade. You'll watch tonight, old boy?
Yes, though the only thing to watch is the wireless room. They just keep bringing up more messages. Wireless telegraphy is all the rage these days.
I'd like to see it work sometime.
Not tonight, I'm afraid. I've got an uneasy feeling. Something seems wrong.
The sea appears calm.
Yes, very calm.
That was actually an issue for them. The North Atlantic is still cold in April.
We've received some ice reports. Shouldn't be a problem, though. Not on the Titanic.
Let's see, come on, may I please visit the wireless room?
Not tonight, I'm afraid. I've got an uneasy feeling. Something seems wrong.
Care for a drink?
Drink? I don't. And don't care for those who do. Excuse me, would you? I must return to my watch. Good night.
Okay, so later on, you find out a way to distract him so that you can get in there. But I cannot remember, for the life of me, what you do as of yet. But we'll find out. What time is it? Okay. Not even 10 o'clock yet. But almost 10. Okay. Let's explore a wee bit, shall we? Maybe we can talk to Max again and see if he'll let us join him in the smoking room for a game of cards now. Let's find out. You still up for it?
Look, I'm really not interested in talking. A card shop. Me, Max Seidelman. Haymaker's head buyer.
I've insulted him. Well, we can go to the purser's office and look up those initials. Whoop, wrong duo. There we go. The purser's office is down on C deck. Let's take the elevator or lift.
Evening, I'm the lift attendant. And you'll not find one better at taking you where you want to go. Where to?
Well, alright then. Alright, let's go to the C-deck stairway.
Mind the gate. It's a cold night, this. Pretty much everyone's early to bed. Makes me job that much easier. Your deck now.
I say, would you step?
Are you hurt, Henry?
No harm done. No harm.
I'm so sorry.
Trot on my toe.
We're the Ghost Joneses from Halt Whistle, you know. How are you finding the crossing?
I've been very busy so far.
You're English, then? I would have thought American. Oh, my. I didn't mean to insult you.
Well,
Can't
my
hold a
accent's all
thought.
over the place.
Dreadfully large place, America.
Brain like as if she's got...
All that space and all those immigrants trying to fill it up. I was just commenting to Henry, on a White Star crossing one meets all the right people. While we were just chatting with a delightful elderly couple in the reception. The Strausses, wasn't that right?
Own a small dry goods store in New York somewhere. Called Macy's.
On D-deck.
Ribena, must you always finish my sentences? You're as jumpy as that American chap, that photographer.
Yes, he was just snapping away.
Taking pictures of some German colonel and that Englishman.
Snap, snap, snap.
War's coming all right, mark my words.
War? How beastly. Will Mr. Burns have to fight? He and his wife, such sweet things. But I do see her point. It is their honeymoon. Why he insists on snapping those photos, I haven't a clue.
For God's sake, woman, talk like a madam in a Rangoon bawdy house.
Henry, that's unspeakable.
So don't speak then. Yaps louder than a scrum of rabid corgis. Now see here, this Burns chap.
If you want to see something interesting, take a look at his pictures. He's on C deck, cabin C, 78.
C-78. The last time I played, I didn't talk to him too much or do a lot of the stuff with the photography side of things. So maybe we'll try and talk to him after visiting the purser's office. Same deck and everything, so we might as well. Okay. There's Smivels. Check in with him after the purser.
Yes, can I help you?
I require assistance.
I can check valuables, store cargo, list passengers, etc.
Etc. May I check the passenger list?
Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number.
So we got Eric Burns, that's the photographer from America that we need to talk to. J.J. Astor, that was actually the richest man on the ship. My room. Sasha Barbican, that's the guy that Georgia mentioned. Okay. The Conklings we haven't met yet. And of course Georgia and her husband, Lord and Lady Lambeth. The Colonel. Penny, Sheila Hacker, we haven't met her yet, or Jack, different Jack, a lot of Jacks, Von Hadelitz, Trask, so there's a lot of these characters. We don't have to visit all of their rooms, but it is handy to know we can come here when we need to find someone's quarters, and we can be told where to go. So, let's move on for now. I think we actually have to choose a name, so... A passenger with the initials GQC.
Let me check. Aha, Mr. George Quincy Clifford, A27.
time is dinner,
5?
sir?
Who are you anyway? I haven't seen you about. And I've the passenger list. We've already had trouble with one lady in second who's tried crashing first class.
Oh, pee-pee. What about
Deck
shuffleboard?
games are usually reserved for daylight hours.
Yeah. Let's see. Thanks for your
I
help.
live to serve.
Let's see. We also should probably check in the diamond necklace with the purser. So let's do that now. I would like to check this necklace.
Yes, indeed. All jewels go right in the safe.
Good night.
Glad to be of service. Good night.
Okay. Let's talk to Smithers.
May I be of assistance?
Okay, we don't really need to find another room or person. Or, ask about inventory. General advice, maybe. And I can't remember how good his hints are for what to do next, but let's have a chat with him on
Miss
that.
Pringle may have an idea. She is quite opinionated. Her room is F34. That's F deck, in the second class.
Okay, not until we are able to get into the wireless, I don't think.
Very good. We of the White Star Line hope that your stay on board Titanic is as relaxing as possible. As you explore the ship, please bear in mind the following advice. The mouse
Okay,
is your
same stuff
hands.
we heard before.
The keys, your feet.
Thank you.
Before I forget, Lady Georgia desires to meet with you. She is outside on the A-deck promenade.
We'll keep that in mind so we can try and avoid her for the time being. Okay, let's check out room C73. Because if that photographer is taking photos of the man we're here to kind of spy on, maybe he knows something. Wait, no, we're C73. Derp. You know, I can't quite remember where his room is, but I want to say it's one of these. Nope. 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 I know he's in one of these bloody rooms.
Yes, can I help you?
There you are. Are you Eric Bones?
You found him. What do you want?
You have photo equipment with
I
you.
set up a small darkroom in my cabin.
May I see your work?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have time to show it to you.
You must be very
My
busy.
wife's angry with me because I've spent more time with my camera than with her. She just doesn't understand that a photographer can't stop taking pictures even on his honeymoon. Have you seen Stephanie? She's wearing a blue hat. I better wait for her.
Okay, so we can't go in there yet either. Check out the cafe. Who do we have here?
I believe it is not correct form to speak to those who have not been introduced. Good night.
Okay, nope, can't talk to him right now. He's waiting for somebody here, and eventually, I think you can maybe eavesdrop on their conversation if you're lucky. There are a lot of events you can miss, too, so... Oh, here you are.
Did you get it? Get his name?
Yeah. Yes, it's George Quincy Clifford.
Clifford. Clifford. Never heard of him. You don't suppose he's rich, do you?
Could be filthy.
You're an angel. And I've news for you, too. While you were gone, Andrew Conkling's been asking for you. Yes, Conkling, the Steel Baron. God knows what he's been doing in Europe, buying it probably. And where was I? Oh, yes, Andrew Conkling asked me to pass along this. You know his wife Beatrix, the designer. Such an eye! Her clothes preserve the bust line. Couldn't be more flattering. Keeps the eye moving. Much nicer than Worth's.
A matter of extreme
You know
urgency
his wife
requires
Beatrix,
your
the
attention.
designer. They're friends
Meet
with
me
Captain
in
Smith.
Scotland Road.
Smith, so handsome, so dashing. White Star's best officer, or was. He's retiring after this voyage. Couldn't be more tragic. My dear, you've blanched. Bad news?
Good night.
Certainly, I must... It's Mrs. Burbank! Consuelo!
Now, Scotland Road, I know where that is. It's a long corridor below decks that runs the whole length of the ship. Alright, well, why don't we head that way and see what this Conkling fellow wants with us. To get there, we have to go to the second-class staircase, which took me forever to find last time I played this, right down to where I actually remember where it is now. So... I keep getting stuck up here by the first-class smoking room. Zoom! What's this? Aft, but not talk to Georgia, so let's go this way. I don't want to talk to her yet. Second-class staircase. Good deck. A lot of toilet jokes that I can be saying for this game, because I am immature like that. Continue going down. Okay, D-deck. Whoop. We need to go down further than that. Ah. It's the Reverend.
Just a minute. Calling on Miss Pringle. She has been invaluable this voyage. A pillar. Oh yes, we're very glad she's with us. They say you met Trask.
Trask sounds like an interesting fellow.
Be wary of him. Trask's a trickster. Take this card, a prayer card, from my own collection.
Gee, thanks. thanks. Is there anything else?
So you must like it, this section of the Titanic.
What section do you mean?
Here, second class. You can get to Scotland Road from here. Do you know it? Scotland Road?
I do, but I will pretend that we don't. What is Scotland Road?
Scotland Road runs the length of the ship, from stern to bow on E-deck. It allows the crew to get from one side to the other quickly. I could go to third class if I take the Scotland Road. But I don't believe in social mixing. No, it creates too much anxiety. A place for everyone, and everyone a place. Though some don't choose to see it that way.
It really is evocative of a lot of the train of thought certain people had back in this time. Well, not just back in this time, but, you know, you still get that today. But anywho, what do you mean?
In the course of my ministrations, I've observed a gentleman from first class, a young German, among the steerage women. Most unnatural. I haven't said anything. I wouldn't want to upset the ladies. Especially Miss Pringle. She seems a fragile vessel.
Penny? Fragile? Hardly. How do I get to Scotland Road?
Behind me, through those doors.
Thanks. Good night.
Wait, before you leave. You expressed doubt about the importance of our work in Nyasaland. I wanted to speak with you again in hopes the Lord has helped you see the truth. I'd like to add your name to our list of financial backers. An auspicious honor, oh yes.
Sure, we can talk about it later. There'll be plenty of time.
I am very happy. Tomorrow we will discuss everything.
Sounds
Good evening.
Perfect. Put that prayer card in our bag. Let's have a look at it too. Okay. Also the song that was played on the Titanic this night. Alright. There's Penny's room. Thought her room was that way. If this were an older point and click, I'd be able to grab that stuff totally. I think she might be a level down. We'll find out. Yes, F deck. That's what we want. Talk to Pringle before we visit that other guy.
Try to intercept Zeitel's telegrams. Get inside the one. Surely someone on board knows what he's up to. And don't forget the cryptograph in your trunk. It will unscramble the German codes. Most importantly, find the Rubaiyat. Meanwhile, I'll conduct my own investigation. Off with you now. Go!
Okay, so nothing yet, other than what we already know we have to do, so... Let's go find that Mr. Conkling who wanted to speak with us, and then we should probably figure out how the heck we're gonna get into that wireless room. Because I cannot for the life of me remember what I did before. There he is.
Hello, I'm Conkling. Good of you to come. I trust you're finding the accommodation satisfactory?
Why did you want to meet here?
Sorry to seem mysterious. You must understand, someone in my position, an investor in this ship, needs discretion.
It's the better part of Ella.
You're under no obligation, of course. I have a slight problem. You may be able to help. A servant has stolen an important business document from me, and I must recover it. A few years ago, my wife Beatrix hired a young Irish girl as maid in our London house. We treated her well. 2 weeks ago, she up and left without notice. taking a certain letter with her. I'd given up all hope of recovering it. Until my wife spotted her this morning on the third-class promenade. Needless to say, I checked with the purser. She'd been scheduled to sail on the Philadelphia. But those passengers were transferred on board the Titanic because of a coal strike.
Tough luck. Why not apprehend the thief yourself?
I'd prefer to employ the services of a third party. You.
Why ask me to do
Government
this?
officials, friends of mine, told me a bureau agent was on board. I found you through Mrs. Cashmore. A preposterous woman. But she does have an eye for accomplishment. Look, will you help me? You will be rewarded handsomely.
I need more information.
Her name is Shayla Hacker. She's 20 or thereabouts. I was her benefactor, one might say.
Just her benefactor?
Yes. This puts me in a, difficult situation. This young woman, she could cause considerable damage to me, to my reputation if she goes to the newspapers.
What's in the letter?
Confidential business matters. Conkling Steel provides steel for ships. This ship, for example. If the contents of the letter were publicized, our competitors would profit greatly.
Now, it is a disputed rumor that there was subpar steel, or iron rather, or at least subpar iron rivets in the ship's construction. But I do not believe that's ever been confirmed. But it was definitely something that was talked about. Where's the
I've
woman
gotten word
now?
to her to meet on the poop deck. Go in my place. Tell her there'll be no trouble if she returns the letter. Afterwards, report to me in our suite, B59. Her name is Shayla Hacker. Good night.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated than all of that. Okay, let's get back upstairs. I don't know if we can from here. Technically we could from here, but the game isn't going to let us. Okay. So we need to get into the wireless room, talk to Sheila on the poop deck, which we can do on our way up, because there's a door that leads right to it. And then maybe see what Georgia wants. Here we go. Don't
What did I
jump.
tell you, Shay? I knew he'd not come in person.
Hush, Jack, hush. Conklin, he did send you, didn't he?
You didn't say there would be two of you.
I told you, it's a trick. I knew Conklin wouldn't come. He sent one of his cronies instead.
Are you Miss
I'm her
Hacker's
brother.
friend?
And Conklin. Because of him, Shayla's had to leave everything and everyone she knows.
Jack, no.
That son of a bitch. She was his maid and all the time violating it.
Hush, Jack. I'll have no more of it. Go on, Jack, say it.
You tell Conklin we have his letter, and he'll not be seeing it till he coughs up a tidy sum, too.
Blackmail. How much money?
5,000, do you hear? Dollars. Enough to get her started right in America. And if he moves a hand against us, I'll make sure the newspapers get the letter and print it. So tell Conklin. 5,000. Measured against what he has, it's a bloody bargain.
Meet us here again. At 1 tonight.
$5,000. Then he'll get his damn
What?
letter. Agreed?
I'll have to ask.
It's your only
Conklin.
chance. We'll be waiting for you.
Okie dokie. Alright. Let's see if George is still down here. Upstairs. Alright. Down to the promenade for A deck is what we want. Not up here. Yep, she's still there. Let's go talk to her.
I knew you'd come.
Are you still upset?
Charles received a telegram from the solicitors. Our estate's to be sold off. He asked about the necklace I gave you. I told him I left it with a purser. Don't say anything to him or Sasha. Not him and his group of... Oh, there's much more to tell you. Can you meet me in my stateroom? I'm in B70. It's Charles' custom to go for a drink in the smoking room. When he does, visit me.
We will think about it. Okay, well I think we're gonna call it there for this episode this time, everyone. We'll see if I can't get back to it soon, and we will do what we can to get into that wireless room. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. This has been Titanic Adventure Out of Time, and I am Kalablade the Geek. Thank you very much.